Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and we've got a nice product from VEVOR. It is a retractable patio awning, and here's the user manual. Here's all of the poles and the cover material that is going to be assembled to get us to where we can mount this out on our patio. So this is the way it is. This is the header on top. It's called A, and then these are down rails. They don't really need a name right now. They're the awning brackets that lower and raise it. But this is B, this is B, this is C, and this is D. We're going to be working with B and D for the first part. This is the lower part of the awning, the support rail that go up on both sides. We're going to do both of the lower half, and you'll see up on the workbench is where we're going to put it together. This is B1, the very bottom, and this is B2. This is going to connect to B1. So we're going to put these right here, and this right here. It's really nice to have a socket to make the attachment with the nut here and the spring onto this threaded rod. And this is a 13 millimeter. This is the left side. This is the pole. It'll be on the left, the lower portion. This is going to be on the right with the crank handle on the right. So we're going to start with the left, and this is B1, and we take, I've got it in order. You take this part first, and it goes with the round end and the wider at the bottom, and it goes right on there, and there's a threaded nut built into the bottom of this, and it just screws right on all the way as far as it'll go. Okay, and there it's tight. And this is going to go on like this, and this is going to allow it to move around and get the best mounting. The next thing is you're going to hold this, put the spring on, put a spring in there. Then there's two washers. This, we want the flat washer. And there's another washer that is a little different. So you want the flat with the round hole. Goes in there. And then this is a compression nut. You want the nylon or the black portion out. Put your wrench in or your socket in tightening, and just tighten it as far as it'll go with the shallow socket. Is just fine. Now you want to hold this part while you're doing it, not this. And then it'll get to a point where the socket can't grab the nut anymore, but that's fine. Now it swivels like that. The next thing, you want to put this on, and right here there's two tabs there and one tab there, and here this is two tabs and one tab, so they line up and kind of hold it in place, and you just kind of push it in there. Okay, now we would take this, and this is B2, and I'm sorry, this is B2. And you want this black area up, and it will fit, this part will fit right into here, and it's got a little push. You push that and then line it up until it snaps in. Okay, and then that is completes the lower portion of the left pole, and it constitutes mounting that. Now we're going to do the other one, But I'm going to just go ahead and do it because it's exactly the same, the lower portion. We're going to put these out of the way, and now we're going to do the upper portion. Now I'm going to take B2, the right one, right side. We're going to take it off, put this over to the side, and we're going to slide this on just like this. And this is going to be the right hand pole, so we'll put that on the outside. And you can loosen this nut if you need to, and just slide it up. This can be adjustable later, just to the middle somewhere, and then we will adjust it. Okay, we're not going to need the bottom portion. We'll just use this part right here. And now, to get the rest of this, we've got to add the next part, which is B3. And that is this one right here. It's got all these holes in it. All we need is this part right here. And it doesn't matter which end. You're going to put this one in, and I'm going to put these all to the outside like this. And we're going to slide this up close to the top there. Okay? And then I'll kind of secure it, because this part is going to go into here. Okay. As soon as we get her finished. Right here, the right side and the left side are complete. We're going to assemble these and A together with them attached inside, and then we will put the whole thing together as one unit. And we're going to work on putting these two together. All right, actually it's 3 pieces. And you need to look at this. The 2 here are going to align with the 2 screws, holes here, like here and there. And so this is going to go onto this side. And you see there's a groove and a little place where they fit together. And if you wiggle, you can see you can get them to go together. Now we can do all of them together. So I'm going to just put this up here, get my screwdriver, get my screws. And right here. So they will be in the proper order this way. And you put all 4 of them in there. There's 4 on the other side, or 2 on the other side. I'm going to feed this in all the way through. And it catches on the edge there. Let's see if I can, there. Okay. Now, I'll take this groove and slide it on, and that should give me what I need to do, just like that. It's the only way I see that we can do that. Okay, and now, there we go. And kind of work with it, you don't want to tear the canvas. Okay, now you want to kind of get it in the centers. We got too much at the other end now, so I'm going to pull it back. Right hand side is going to be the one that's going to have the gear drive, so we'll put that in there. Let me go ahead and put it on the workbench and we'll mount that. Now you roll the awning up like this, straight as you can get it. And then you're going to put the D1 and 2 in here when you assemble them, and we'll do that in just a little bit. And but right now we're going to put these on. And this one is going to be the drive. But the first thing we have to do is put this in, and we have to get the right area for this out of there, and that's it right there. If you'll look, there's a cutout right there and 2 screw holes that we're going to screw in. So you want to find that slot right there, and that lines up here, and the screws will line up. As you see, 1 screw hole there and 1 there. So you just kind of bop that in. Take a screw. See, it's important to have this on the right hand side because we have the winder on that. Now we're going to put 2 screws into the holes. Okay, there. Now take this, turn it around. You look for that cutout right there, and that lines up with this, and the holes will all line up. There. Okay. Now we're going to put the screws in, same way. And we're going to put the D1 and D2 together and slide them into the little pouch, which is going to give the control arms something to connect to adjust the awning in and out. Okay, and this goes right here. All right, now let's turn this back around, because we want it in the position that it's going to be. This is facing out. These are the 2 here, the D1 and D2, and they go together, and you notice they've got a nut embedded in both ends, and that will connect to the control arm to be able to move the awning in and out. Okay, and this will be an easy slide. And it's going to go out, and the arms will connect to that when we get ready to hook that up. Folks, I'm seeing that you're going to have to mount your poles in a relative position that the awning will fit between. If you're by yourself, this is the best way to do this, and it'll work nicely. You assemble the poles with all the hardware, and then at the base, I needed to put something like this on. I carved out as much material so that this could be adjusted. That's the last hole I can use. So now this right here is the adjuster that I go counterclockwise, and it will make this go up and tighten up tighter and tighter. So I'm going up right now, making it tight. That's what that is, an adjuster. Now this is the last hole that I could see the adjustment for, and I've already put the bolt on and the acorn nut on there. And now this is positioned where it needs to be, and you can tighten her up because you want it, this is where the awning is going to go. And I can tighten more because this isn't really real tight. Now we need to move the other pole to its position, like right here, you see? And what I have to do is measure the distance between here and this end. This one's not actually in position yet. I've got to do some adjusting, but when I do, it will be just there, and then I can put the awning at one side and have this loose enough that I can move just a slight little bit when I find that distance, and hopefully it'll go. Then once I get that in, we'll see where we are. Now I've got this close to 78, and I'll have enough room to be able to get the awning in there and then shove this over and come down and do the final tightening and adjusting so that these poles are straight as I can get them. Okay, I've got the bolt and nut, acorn nut. We're going to find the hole that this will fit into as tight as I can get it up there, and let this go down. One hole right there. And now put the acorn nut on and just keep adjusting. You've got a long adjustment here, so you can get her pretty tight. But you don't want it too tight right now. You want to be able to adjust it. So that should be a close distance. And if I need, I can pull this over. Once I get that in and pull this up, I can pull it over, then push that. I'll show you that. Line it right up there. Okay. And now, you see what I have to do is I have to move this over, and I can. Okay, there. And there. I got to twist it until I get her in place. Right there. Okay, that should hold it. Okay, you see how I was able to do it. Now the screw nuts aren't on, but now I'll go get the nuts. It's enough that I can make this slight little bit of adjustment. The acorn nuts and the D washer, little D on it. Okay, a little cut down, and I got to turn or push this until it's in there, and then put the washer on there correctly, the flat side, and then put an acorn nut on, and boy, this side is locked down. And I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up. Okay. Okay, now we got to move this in. There. See, I just moved that a little bit, and that was perfect. Now, put my D washer on there. Find that flat spot. There it is. And here. This is going to give our porch a nice cover for the sun. Now you can see when you can wind this up with that when I get the crank on there. Okay, you've got the round end with a hole. That's going to go into these. And then you got the flat tip is going to go on the end with these little screws. Hold the nut and push this in there. There, that's going to hold it. And now, you see, I'm going to have to wind this out, so we need to put this on right now. Nut and screw that's going to hold this in there. I've already taken it out, and now let's just put her in. So I just take the screw and line it up that and put her right in there. It's in there, then it's easy. Put the nut on the back. Yeah. Tighten it up. You grab this, look at that. And we're going to go down until we can get to it. Okay, let's see if that will. No, we want to get more all the way. Okay, there. And now I'm going to take one of these and move this out until it will go on there. And I'm not going to try and tighten it up. I'm just going to get a few threads in there. Okay, that's enough. Now, we go over to the other side, loosen this up, and you can do it with your fingers. And I'm going to make sure that nut doesn't come out of there. A 10 millimeter will do the job, and then you can get it all the way into the nut. There, perfect. Now, we're going to take this and take the other end of this arm, and we're going to tighten it up because we're at the right point. Okay, this is the same way I did the other side. And you don't want them so tight that they're going to bind, so I'm going to kind of keep it. I'm going to raise it up. And you go clockwise. Right there. You see? That is going to work. Okay, and then you can just kind of keep on going all the way, and this is the way it's done. Wait. Oh, we can adjust this. I forgot. This is adjustable. Okay. Yes. There we go. So you got to make some adjustments. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to get it right about there. And then tighten them down. Okay. Now I'm going to see. Actually, it's got to go down lower than that. All the way down to the little stop. Maybe that's what that means. There. Now let's see if it'll go all the way in. Yes. Okay. You gotta put these all the way down to the stop so that it will roll all the way up like that. I'm gonna lower it. So I'll start down here and just go right here, there, and there. And you have some grommets here that you can tie this off to keep it from blowing and flapping. So that would be good. Tent stakes and some rope. You adjust it to what level you want it. You can also move these up and down to gain the height you need. But when you roll it in, you got to push these down to get it to be able to go all the way back. Folks, inside view, this is really going to be nice. We can adjust that to any condition we need. We may not need that drop down valance, but if we do, it's there. There's the stored condition without the valance.